Welcome to our workshop, Strengthening U.S. Beef Export Markets, an analysis of consumer willingness to pay and import demand. My name is Carola Grebitus. I'm a professor in the Morrison School of Agribusiness, and I'm joined today by Dr. Karen DeLong and Dr. Andrew Mohammed from University of Tennessee and by Dr. Shijun Gao from Tufts University. What we are presenting today is the output of a project that was funded by USDA-NIFA, and we have been working on it for quite some time. Here you can see our rather large team. We have many collaborators and graduate students and undergraduate students that we were working on this project with. We are covering multiple years and multiple countries, so we needed a lot of different expertise. Why did we conduct research on this topic? The US is one of the largest beef exporters in the world. In 2023, our beef exports were valued at $10 billion and accounted for more than 11% of total beef production. And this happened even though the US had been engaged in a trade war with China. We withdrew from the Trans-Pacific Partnership, TPP, and faced increasing competition from Brazil. Now, I do want to give you a little bit of background information. In the figure, you can see the overall beef export stats, but I want to focus on the countries that we researched. When it comes to Japan, even though we withdrew from TPP, we negotiated a bilateral trade agreement that, even though it is not a full free trade agreement, gives us the same market access as, for example, Australia. In Mexico, trade is governed through the US-Mexico-Canada agreement. And then when we look at China, China opened their market to US beef in 2017 and is now the third leading US market. We don't have a trade agreement, but the trade war has subsided. And also China became the largest beef importing country in 2019. Looking at the EU and also including the UK here, we do have an emerging market. The US negotiated a high quality beef quota with the EU. However, the ban on hormone-treated beef is still problematic for the US. Our motivation here is to provide insights regarding economic implications that can be due to changes in trade policies. We also want to provide information on how beef export markets can be strengthened for the US. And to do so, we are evaluating consumer preferences and willingness to pay. We focus on domestic and imported beef products, and we also include other relevant attributes that can be important to consumers in making their food choices, for example, food safety certification and quality grades. And then we also assess beef demand. In particular, our study design has two components. The first component are different online choice experiments with consumers in 5 countries. We focus on emerging and established markets covering Japan, Mexico, China, Germany, and the UK. And between 2021 and 2023, we surveyed over 3,500 beef consumers. And then we also conduct demand analyses for beef for multiple countries. So now coming up, we will have 4 presentations. Dr. Karen DeLong will start us off and gives information on the drivers of beef purchase behavior across the countries we studied. Then Dr. Shijun Gao will provide global insights into consumer willingness to pay for US beef, and he will cover China and Mexico. And then I will cover Japan, the UK, and Germany. And then Dr. Andrew Mohammed will focus on the future of US beef demand and competitiveness in global markets. So here, before Karen is starting, you can see a couple of our output. We will put that on our website. And as Karen mentioned earlier, this webinar is recorded, and we will also put that on the website.